Larry, good morning to my brother Fatal. It's interesting. From a layman point of view, I will say this. The laymen rather make the laws.
You are not a layman. you are more than a layman.
You want to change the man's portfolio.
From the layman point of view, I will say
a diplomatic,
I will still say that the laymen help make the laws, because the lawyers always say that what the reasonable man says is the law, is what it is. You see, the matter before us has to do with constitutional fidelity. Fidelity to the law as well. The growth of our democracy and how important it is to handle matters in that regard. The matter is there a case pending in our courts and other courts, okay, that indeed is seeking to say that a chief justice, properly so called, has been removed. She thinks that my right actually has been trampled upon. She thinks that no, justice wasn't served, therefore let's go to the forum that serves justice and file same cases, okay, in order for the justice that she's demanding to be served here or otherwise. Matter is, do we have legal processes filed before even the settlement, before even the appointment? And the question here is yes. Now, what my brother seeks to say and then give this idea of Vincent as a first case. If you read, I read an article written by one of your brothers, your colleagues here, Sky. An excellent article. Excellent piece. You should read it. Sky says, look, let us not narrow the scope of what the Supreme Court said about Vincent Assefa. And clearly, Sky makes the argument that, look, prudence ought to be looked at as well in applying whatever the Supreme Court has pronounced upon. What is he saying? If you look at Vincent Assefa, which my brother rightly cited, it says that when a matter of constitution is supposed to be acted upon by the executive or whatever is any arm of government, and somebody rushes to court to file or to seek an injunction, he may not be granted that. But this is a different matter. Why am I saying it's a different matter? Do we have pending cases already? You see, this is for the purposes of our education. Of course, decisions have been taken already. But for the purpose of our education, I'm saying that we have pending cases already. It's not a matter of somebody rushing to say, because this is going to be done, let me go and seek for injunction. The Supreme Court says, no, you can't do that to thwart the effort of the one who is supposed to act accordingly.
Right.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
However, if there are pending cases, what minority raised was that, look, this is not somebody filing anything. There's are legal issues around us. And once those legal issues are not yet determined and pronounced upon, we think that we are jumping the gun to do a vetting. The Speaker thinks otherwise and say, no, let's go ahead.
That's the cases pending in court.
Yes.
Does it in any way, on grounds of the Constitution, bar Parliament from doing its work?
Yeah, there are those who have made the argument that once a warrant has actually been signed by the President, then you cannot question it again. Others say that, look, it can be questioned because if the procedural impropriety is established, that is why I'm saying it's an education. Let's wait to see whether or not that procedural impropriety will be upheld, okay, by the court or will be thrown out. Find out. If it's thrown out, we all move on. It's an education.
Who is testing the procedure?
Who is testing the procedure? The one who feels he has been affected. The Chief Justice that we had. I had a problem. We had a Chief Justice who was removed. We had an acting Chief Justice. Per the Constitution, Article 146 is there. 144 Clause 6 clearly says that someone should act in his stead. So why the rush? If the person is acting and there are pending legal issues, why can't we exhaust those pending legal issues and then move on as a people? As simple as that. So in principle, we were saying that, look, the minority said that, look, let us have these pending issues moved out. Then at the end of the day, you can go ahead and do what? But the President, of course, the law sometimes held the majority.
You want to call it an ass?
Yeah. Yeah. So try to do what you want to do.
Oh no, an ass in a donkey.
Yes, I get it.
So you see, this matter, in principle, we in NPP thought that the matter should have come to its logical conclusion, and then, of course, Parliament would trigger whatever. A president would now do his appointment, and then Parliament would trigger the vetting process, and then we can move on. But hey, it has been decided on. Let's move on. But let me move on to the next important matter I felt we should all be worried about. I chanced on something yesterday when I was listening to the vetting process, and I was actually appalled. I was not happy.
Which one is this?
Just read, let me read the judicial oath to you, and you understand why I was appalled. And I believe many out there would actually not be happy with what happened. This is our Chief Justice, who is supposed to swear an oath, and the oath reads, "I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Republic of Ghana as by law established, that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of the Republic of Ghana, and that I will truly and faithfully perform the functions of my office without fear," emphasis on fear. Let's underline fear. "Without fear or favor, affection or ill will."
You know where this is going.
Yeah, or ill will. I will at all times uphold, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and laws of the Republic of Ghana. And the judge who is supposed to be at the helm of affairs of the judicial system of our country says that I had, as a young man, as a judge, I had to give somebody 70 years because I'm afraid of death. I fear to die. When he comes out, he will attack me and my family. Really?
That's the Constitution.
I was surprised. Look, to be honest with you, that was very low. With a great respect to our father. But that was very low. Your own judicial oath tells you to ensure that you do your work within the tenets of the law. And you tell me that for fear, you gave somebody 70 years because you didn't want to give 30 years and he come and attack your family. Why were you doing something wrong?
But per the gravity of the crime, was the 70 years not within that remedy?
That is what I'm saying. The ratio, the reason he has given is fault. Is actually it falls flat. Trust me. And he's a lawyer. He's here. The reason he has given, and if the fear emphasis here, look, Justice Pega said something. He said the bench is not for timorous souls.
Okay.
He was referring to Lord Denning, who said it some time ago. And Justice Pega interpreted here, the bench is not for timorous souls. And a timorous soul is our Chief Justice? Really? Is that what is going to happen? Is that the inference? I was surprised. Nobody wants to countenance this illegal behavior of armed robbery or whatever. So if, of course, the law says sentence. But don't come and tell me because it's your family, you and your family. Really? How about your kids and your grandchildren who are growing up?
So how many people have received maximum sentences out of fear?
Out of fear. So that's a good question. So it means some judges go to sit there, and because the law is in their bosom, they go ahead, maybe because of I'm afraid, I don't know what happened. Look, that is a serious matter. And I think that was actually an angle our father should not have gone at all. Because legal luminaries will actually hold him for what he did. The next one, the political innuendos that we see gradually creeping into our judicial system is dangerous. I said it here some time ago. Now look, we may not see it now, but trust me, our NDC NPP politics is gradually going to jeopardize our judicial system. I never expected my brother to come and sit here and then speak against certain principles that his party has stood on. The same way he will not expect me to speak against certain principles that my party has stood on. But the danger is that...
But Kamal,
yes.
I mean, yes. We have a former NPP parliamentary candidate, Justice Gau.
Yeah.
No, not Joe. Gau.
Yeah.
Who is a Supreme Court judge as we speak, nominated by, President Akufo-Addo.
So don't go far. Justice Atuguba stood as a parliamentary candidate in the 60s. That didn't stop him from becoming a justice. Justice Atuguba, no.
On which party?
Well,
in the 60s and in recent times.
No, I'm making the argument of politics. There are nothing stop them from being politicians. I mean,
no, I said NPP, NDC,
no,
partisan, whatever is creeping into.
As we speak, look, John Mahama said that the courts were packed with NPP judges, and that when he comes, he will make sure he also bring NDC judges to balance it.
But that was a fact.
No, he made that comment. Right. That is a comment that he made.
Yeah.
You see, because you raised this matter that there's an NPP judge, I'm trying to tell them.
No, I never said there's an NPP judge. I never said there's an NPP judge. I said that NPP parliamentary candidate.
You chose your words well, but now I am interpreting what you said.
So those are your words.
In fairness, you are telling me that there's an NPP person who's a judge.
No, so those are your words.
I am saying that equally we have NDC people, known NDC people, also who are judges. That happens, but that's why I'm making the point that if we are not careful,
this guy who used to teach at Legon, he became the deputy chief executive for Ghana Standard Board. He's at the Court of Appeal.
Yes, I'm saying.
Yeah, he used to write on Eduse. They used to. I mean, there was a whole
no problem.
That used to write on Facebook, social media, debating everything.
I am saying that
they became so independent.
Political affiliation or party affiliation does not debar you from becoming a judge. What actually you are expected to do is to go by the oath, the judicial oath that you have sworn to.
Right. Okay.
That's what the point I'm making. So this point of somebody being NPP or not. So the last point I was making was that the danger posed us today is the gradual system of going to politicize our judicial system. And that is the only place we can seek remedy and seek redress if we are affected by people. So the danger will be that, look, if we put political coloration to it, to the extent that we are going to have 24-hour justice delivery, even the christening of the 24-hour alone, juxtaposing it to the 24-hour slogan, tells you that some politics is very here.
But he says this is something that has been thought of.
24-hour
and weekend courts.
We were told by the campaign of 24-hour economy, 24-hour banking, 24-hour. Today the chief justice telling me that 24-hour justice delivery will be there. It's a slogan.
Would you not agree that based on the caseload, the existing caseload, a 24-hour court will help us?
Oh, so 3 a.m. courts will be sitting. 2 a.m.
Do you remember?
You remember changing judges?
You remember do you remember Dami? Opuni was prosecuted at the point in time they were doing it on a daily basis. Jachi Kwesi on a daily basis.
It's not 24 hours.
Daily basis is not 24 hours.
Well, I'm not.
You were talking about the excuse given at the time was that justice delayed is justice denied, and that the process had to be expedited.
So that's why 24-hour justice delivery.
That is what the man is saying.
I'm talking about sloganeering.
So you're fighting about slogan.
Anyway, finally, I thank you, but I think that yes, it was a process, and like I said, it's a learning curve. All of us will learn. All that has happened now, all that we have to be cautioning ourselves. Sometimes it is important and imperative we listen to dissenting views. I have realized that he is a lawyer, and most of them read cases from judgment from courts, and those judgments sometimes there's so much wisdom in dissenting. So the minorities principle that we took and dissented, I believe we may not see it today, but tomorrow we will come to appreciate the principle that the minority actually have stood on.
Thank you, Alhaji.